Hello everyone, welcome back to the 7th episode of AI Automation in Service Industries. I'm your host Stefan, and in this video we'll talk about AI and workflow automation for project management. So this is the third episode of specifically for consultants. We're dividing this series into 5 different sectors, 3 episodes per episode, as well as the overview and conclusion. So I'm really excited about this episode because AI and workflow automation plays such a significant role for project management. Doing the work you do day to day more organized, easier to structure and actually perform and fulfill the work that you have been set. So as we are a pretty small company ourselves, as 3 people in our AI automation agency that we're structuring as a consultancy, this is really important for us as well, and we're seeing significant results from implementing AI and automation in our own work. So that's why I'm really excited about sharing this with you guys, a bit about how we work and why we think this is so important for other consultancies to learn about as well. So here we're focusing on, okay, how do you structure and how do you complete a lot of work in the shortest amount of time? And here is where AI and automation are absolutely fascinating. How much is actually possible to do with these technologies? So here we can see, for instance, stuff like missed deadlines, shifting project timelines. Like this can mean lost clients, wasted resources, and so on. And there is so much potential for doing so much more work in less time by implementing automations, by having AI as part of your work processes, and so on. So it's this is the future, basically. So much is possible here, but I will stop ranting and just get right into the video, the point here, and I will show you more specific examples as we proceed with this video. So first of all, what is the role of AI in workflow automation for project management? So this has a lot of specific applications here. I'll mention some of them right here, especially for task automation and scheduling. Or here, AI can kind of help assess team availability, skills, project deadlines. It depends on how you're setting it up, of course, but a lot of these softwares that are using AI already have a lot of potential for making this so much more smooth. Like also some potential for predictive analytics, risk management, and so on. When you map out the project, when you map out the different tasks that is to be done, you can kind of forecast where there are bottlenecks, where there are kind of maybe problems, shortages, and so on. You can understand and address these before they get too bad. Also, time tracking, resource allocation, another really important thing. You have limited time, limited resources. You need to allocate that in the best possible way based on your situation. And that's where this also has a lot of application here. Also with reporting and insights, using the right platforms where you have the tasks and projects in one place, then you can also get reports about who has done what kind of tasks, how is the progress been on different projects, and so on. At the end of the week, for instance, or at the beginning of the week, you see, okay, what do we need to do? What are the priorities, and so on? And that's a lot of interesting applications here as well. So let's go over to some real-world applications of AI in project management automation. ClickUp plus AI, like this, I'm starting with this because we're using ClickUp a lot in our business. I actually recently got certified as a ClickUp expert, to put it that way. So a lot of interesting potential in using ClickUp for project and task management. I love this tool so much at this point because it makes it so much easier for us to do so much work even as a small team, and structure and organize in a much better way than we did before. So here, for instance, there are so many potential for automation as well. You can kind of make you can set up automations for kind of checking if something happens, then something else happens. You can categorize, you can place set who are going to do this task, you can set the deadlines and so on. You can set some automations for when this happens again and again and again, then it will this new thing is going to happen. And so also a lot of other interesting thing with ClickUp is kind of project summaries. It has very integrated AI. It can automatically produce descriptions, summaries, and etc., status updates. And I'm using this so much recently as well. When I'm using ClickUp at the end of the week, for instance, summarize the progress this week or so on. What could we have done better this week, for instance? And that makes it so much easier for us to get the feedback we need to make practical adjustments. So also a little bit potential with predictive models as well, based on what we've done so far, or what the tasks that we have to do. How can we proceed with this in the best possible way? So here we can also see this chatbot, for instance, that is within ClickUp, and it's possible to do a lot of stuff here. Ask for overdue tasks, open tasks with high priority, what is assigned, and so on. So a lot of potential here, absolutely. So can handle task assignments based on team availability, generate detailed progress reports, milestones, reduce manual efforts, improve product visibilities, and so on. So ClickUp is definitely the tool that we have used the most for product management. So but of course up to you guys to see which tool works best for you. But ClickUp has been enormously helpful for us, at least. Monday.com also has some similar applications. We have focused mostly on the CRM application. We're still working on implementing CRM, but it has a lot of interesting potential right here with Monday for both task and project management, CRM, and so on, and has some interesting potential for connecting these task management systems with the CRM and so on. So how do we actually then the next step to actually starting to use these tools is to kind of integrate it with generative AI models, or to kind of have kind of a balance between how you're using generative AI and these systems. So some examples is task summarization, predictive analytics, automated report generation, some of the things I mentioned earlier. But a lot of stuff with generative AI you can do within these softwares, and then where you may need some external input or so on, you may use other tools like ChatGPT or Claude or others. But it's surprisingly much you can do within ClickUp itself, or within a lot of these tools, without actually having to go outside and using ChatGPT and so on, when most of your work is within either ClickUp or Monday or something like this. So I keep being surprised by how much is actually possible. And then you can also get automatically kind of dashboards like this that kind of shows who has done what task this week, how is the tasks divided and so on, what tasks are completed, what tasks are in progress, and so on. So, but how do you then select which AI tools that are the right for you? So here it's really important to consider kind of your team's needs, finding solutions that align with your project goals. It depends a lot on your situation. It depends on your business, your industry, your team generally. How, what kind of level of technical knowledge do they have from before that has a lot to say about how difficult it is to learn different tools. And so it's important to select what works best for your team. I really like ClickUp because it is possible for beginners to use it, but it also has so many advanced applications as well. So that's why I've set this both on the beginner and advanced level solution. So I think ClickUp is really interesting because it has it is like compared to, for instance, Notion. Like Notion has a lot of potential as well, but it's really it's a challenge if you're a beginner to learn about Notion, to set it up in the right way. If you set up Notion in the right way, it can have a lot of great potential. But I've found ClickUp actually to be much more interesting, to be much more kind of scalable, to be good for beginners to set up their own tasks in a way, but also be good for experts and more advanced level users as well, to set up more stuff behind the scenes. But it isn't that much of a learning curve to just get started with ClickUp as it is with Notion. So that's at least my take on that, to kind of distinguish between beginner level, intermediate level, advanced level, that ClickUp can actually be used across, like no matter which technical level you are at least in my view. I may be biased as I have some technical understanding. Let me know if you guys agree with me on this. And yeah, Monday, Notion, a bit more intermediate level, and advanced levels is also possible to use Jira and Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps is much more technical. I won't go too much into that here, but at least that's my take on how to select the right AI tool. So it depends a lot on your situation and a lot on your level of expertise on these fields. So what are some challenges in implementing AI for product management? So here it's often difficult that like a lot of product data, like what tasks are done, what written documents are about the project and so on, are in different places. Okay, some may be in Google Docs, some may be in Word, some may be in like here and here, and then it's difficult to get everything you need in kind of one place. That's possible with stuff like the ClickUp or others, or Monday or other stuff. You can kind of centralize your information, and it may be a process kind of to go from these different systems and get all your data, documents and files and everything over to this. But then when you have that and done that properly, then it's much easier to actually implement and get started with using this solid. So it may be a good idea if you have a lot of different systems, have data and files and everything in different places, to start with kind of a tech audits. And like this is something we're doing as well with our workshops, right? We can help kind of identify this as well, identify data silos, integration gaps, and find where the biggest challenges and problems are to actually get started with solving those things, so that your business can actually get the most value from AI in and automation in practice. Also, change management, like we've seen it ourselves, and we see a lot of other similar firms have expressed the same concern that change management is often really needed when implementing AI in practice, because like even when you're implementing a new great big solution for a client, then they often need to be trained and to get a better understanding of how to change their patterns of behavior, change their work habits and so on, to actually start to use this regularly in their work. So that's something we also see a lot on, and part of why we're structuring ourselves as a consultancy as well, not just a tech development company, because we see that to implement these technologies in the best possible way, it's not just about having the technology, but also about changing people as well, and about training how to use these tools in the best possible ways. So yeah, that's why a great procedure generally that we recommend is to start with pilot projects, showing clear, quick wins, and then kind of progress based on that and develop even further to see like start small, then build bigger, and then bigger upon that based on what works. So that's what we recommend generally there, that it's easier with change when you start small and then it can become bigger from there. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Our conclusion is that AI and workflow automation, like, don't just think about it as tools. It's like basically you having an unfair advantage over your competition in this fast-paced world. So this can allow your projects to run much more smoothly, decision-driven by real-time insights. Your team is freed from the shackles of manual tasks in a lot of cases, actually, because then your team can actually focus on the more high-level strategic work instead of the manual, repetitive work that actually you know how to do again and again and can just more or less get a machine to do for you. So a lot of interesting applications there. And so whether you're just starting out or are ready to implement some advanced solutions, there are so many tools available, especially like ClickUp. I keep being surprised by how much potential there is in using these tools. So finding the right platform for you based on product complexity, business goals, and etc. This can help you as a consultant, as a consultancy, to streamline operations, get better project outcomes, and deliver greater value to your clients. So are you curious about the next steps? You can find the link to this resource document in the description below. You can also find the link to our calendar, so you can book a meeting with us if you're interested. We do offer a free 30-minute call to kind of just talk about your problems, your concerns, as well, with getting started with AI and automation in your business and seeing the specific applications there. So really looking forward to talk to you guys about that. Other than that, this is it for the consulting part of this series. In the next video, we'll start off with the section for financial advisors. So we'll talk about AI in risk assessment and compliance for financial advisors. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. It really helps us grow the channel. We're putting a lot of effort into this for you guys. So yeah, other than that, hope you all have enjoyed this video so far. Looking forward to see you in this video, and I hope you have a great day forward.